Say hi. Say hi.
That's
Chip.
a good girl.
Hi, Chip. Nice, Chip. Hi.
Do you want to go over and
Chip.
stand by Chip? You can do that.
Can you do that so we can take your picture standing next to Chip?
You bumped her arm.
Actually now. And also, from the other side, they expect us to turn out pretty high quality work.
Right. They put in all they want can, and the only way they can help us more. And this is really irritating. They said, well, the problem is that there was something else wrong besides what they did. Folks, you're the ones that are supposed to know fix the thing that's wrong.
Yes.
Not fix something else and then tell us, well, it was something else. So I have the documentation and it says, please remember that.
Well, what we gotta do
Will you keep find me?
We hope you'll enjoy the show and have breakfast here at Disneyland and the Disneyland Hotel. Tonight,
The baby duck? Okay, let's see Daddy. Get Daddy, Rachel. Get Daddy. Get Daddy.
hey, you come down and join the your big fat
Now we got Big Cheese, True Blue, and Best Tunes Cheese.
Now let's see Ruth. You did that, didn't you?
Oh, I forgot that, but this is still the other one. You get caught in a trap where you're getting your clothes for the video.
Daddy. Smiley Daddy.
That's good. That's great.
Just like in the park.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
terrific.
like the
You're
park.
almost there.
Here I am. Here I am. It's just like in the park. You're doing it. You're doing it. That's right. You're doing it. Yeah. That's right. Move on.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, me.
You're doing it. Move your foot up. Move your foot up. There you go. Move your foot up. You're doing it. Move your feet up. There you go.
All back there.
All right.
Hey. If you'll pass me Rachel, I'll hold her up so she can see a show. She can stand on the table.
You know, Belle, there isn't a girl in this town who wouldn't love to be in your shoes. This is the day! The day that your dreams come true.
What's taking so long? I told her to come back. Why isn't she here yet?
Try to be patient, sir. Master, have you thought that perhaps this girl would want to...
Yes.
Funny folks.
Well, actually, she's in the process of
Funny folks.
circumstances. She's not Your Grace! Your Eminence! Let's go be thinking!
I thought I told you to come down to dinner.
I'm not hungry.
You come out! I'll break down the door!
Could be wrong, but...
Stay in there forever. Fine. Then go ahead and starve! If she doesn't eat with me, she doesn't eat at all. And what is dinner without a little music? Esteemed Mademoiselle, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight. And now, we invite you to relax, pull up a chair, as the dining room proudly presents your dinner. Our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, Sherry, and we'll provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvre, why we only live to serve. Try the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. And the dinner here is never second best. No one unfolds your
this way, I thought I saw. And when we touched, she didn't shut right my car. No, we can't be. I'll just ignore. But then she's never looked at me that way before.
get me a dress like that. Where would you wear it? Kmart? Walmart?
She's up back here. Right here.
Disneyland. Oh, look at the random bluegrass.
Hi, Ruth. Hey,
Say
Ruth.
hi to Grandpa.
Hi there.
Hi. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's going to have a ride in the boat.
Just thrill a second, Mike.
Oh, water? Yes, water. And then the doors open up and tell us what time it is. About that. It's really but this way we get a ride. Want to go spinning? I can't make it spin.
Ruth! No.
Oh, Marlo. Oh, Marlo.
Marlo!
Whistle.
Can't, my lips are dry.
I can't do that. See, I'm looking through the Zoom, so it looks like I should be able to yell easily.
Go on, Jonathan. Turn your hand around, Jonathan. The other way. Oh. Thanks, Nikki. No, you're to my side, son.
What's the matter, Ruth? Won't they feed you? Poor little thing.
Here, wipe the table.
I think this turned out to be a much better idea than the other place, than any of the other places. All things considered. Well, I see you're doing a new video.
Put your spoon out. Turn it over.
The troublemaker over there is Rachel, not Ruth. You did?
Over here.
Rachel says she's already had enough.
I see.
Come on.
You're fooling me, Ruthie.
Me first. Take it off. He's getting rough. Whoa. Oh. Big con. Oh, you guys are eating now. Someone taking a picture of you.
The other pool has like steps.
There's someone taking a picture of you.
What? I didn't hear you. Playground. Yes, I see a playground.
The reason this looks fuzzy and out of focus is it's the eyepiece is fuzzy and out of focus.
I had a terrible time yesterday. I kept trying to adjust camcorder lens to clear up the eyepiece, and it never did work. So I remembered to try the other wheel.
I don't know. Did you lose something now?
Yeah,
They have a little problem with ballast in the boat there, I think.
Yeah. They're clearly not even.
Oh, I'm not going to climb in
Hi. Hi there.
117.
Pedaling hard, Ruthie?
117. We need the holder that's in the middle there. Sir.
Cat.
They've got their cup holder.
What's icky?
No, I need you to swim to me, Ruth. I need you to swim to me.
Okay. But right now I'm playing ball. It's kind of a silly game, but you can take pictures on me playing with my friends.
But I wanted to take a picture of you really swimming.
Okay. That's okay.
Swim first.
Mama.
Mama.
I have to go around first. Now I need to see you really swimming. Good. That's it. Now swim to me. Was that really swimming?
Yes.
No feet on the bottom? Show me again. No feet on the bottom. Kick your feet. Put your feet up and kick. Both feet up and kick. Good. Now swim back to me with both feet up and kick. Swim back to me. Both feet up and kick. Both feet up. Feet up.
We should have brought our squirt guns. We got some neat little squirt guns. She's used to we have some that look like little pistols, and when you pull the handle back, it squirts right there. They can squirt quite a ways.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, Reid.
You're still wearing your shoes.
No.
Throw our shoes over here.
It's called the trigger.
Stop.
Baby saying potty, potty, or something else.
Dad! Daddy!
Clock over there on the wall.
What o'clock?
What?
When?
The Wisconsin Reids are now the Ohio Reids again. Chuck, Darlene, Jason, and Justin are just finishing their move to a farmhouse built in 1885. It's south of Cleveland and Toledo in the city of Marion, which is where President Warren Harding was born.
Welcome to Big Island, smaller community outside of Marion, Ohio. We've been proud owners and residents of an 1887 farm home for 1 week. Still unpacking boxes. Justin is off to school at Marion Christian Academy. Darlene started work yesterday at the GTE office over by River Valley, which is another small community east of Marion, about 10 miles. So we're approximately 16 miles away from her work. I'll start work next Tuesday after Labor Day at Matthews Kennedy Ford Lincoln Mercury in Marion. Very fortunate to transfer with GTE and find work right away for me. So, got a car coming. You're looking at the east side of the house here, the front door. It hasn't been used for a few years, but it has fancy scroll work on the door and beveled glass in the window. We think the front two rooms, which are the living room and sitting room right now, were originally a log cabin. I won't know until I start tearing off wood paneling on the inside that Darlene and I don't care for decoration interior. But when you buy an older home, that's one of the things you have to look for is beyond what's up. We haven't explored too much around Marion, so we don't really know what's here as far as activities other than Cedar Point Amusement Park up by Sandusky. Kings Island down by Cincinnati is down that way. We do know Marion was the birthplace of President Warren G. Harding, the 29th President of the United States. That's about it. We're new.
Got a lot of grass to mow.
Looking for a riding lawnmower still. Has a snowblower. We're going to have about 300 feet of driveway to clear out during the winter. We have 1.425 acres here, so just about an acre and a half. It stretches from the south of the house approximately 30 feet to north of the barn approximately 30 feet, and about 50 feet behind the barn out into what's left of a wheat field. A lot of grass to mow, like we said before.
And I like your birch tree.
The birch tree is reported to be one of, or if not the oldest and largest in northern Ohio. It was planted around 1920, 1922, somewhere in there. It's got the flathead V8 in it. Original carburetor on here.
You said it's a 40?
It's a 41 Ford
41.
Super Deluxe business coupe. Had a couple of guys up in Plymouth said, am I going to drop a 351 Windsor in it and hot rod it out? And I said, no way. No way. Take it stock. Keep it stock back original. It'll be a lot better as far as I'm concerned. But
worth more.
Nice.
How'd you get this trunk open?
Screwdriver. Stick it into the latch and turn it. Yeah, it's over in the toolbox in the garage.
Doesn't even get that grill.
In fact, that's the backside of his barn.
Does he normally plant it in corn, or
depends on the crop for the year that he needs? So this year was winter wheat for this field. He had wheat here and over there. Those trees over there, said this is Route 309, and from the edge of 309 all the way back to his place, this year is all corn, all the way back.
what is the difference between regular corn, sweet corn, and popcorn? Does it look the same when it grows?
It looks the same as it grows, but from what I can tell, a sweet corn is if you'll see it growing in a field, it's a smaller stalk. All right, your grain corn that's used for like your breads and for feeding cattle and stuff like that, it's real tall, 7-8 foot in stalks and stuff like that. Silage corn, it's real tall. They get a lot of bulk out of that. The ears are.
But the popcorn is
a shorter ear because it's a sweeter. And that's where they get most of the popping corn, is where they get most of the sweet corn that people sell. They use that for popcorn too.
To say,
Look at me, look at the camera.
my name is Darlene.
Me llamo Darlena.
Oh, let's see.
You look comfortable on the rocking chair.
This is our new home at 1445 Prospect Upper Sandusky Road North. How long have we been here? Oh,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Almost. About 2 weeks. I started working 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Oh, 2 days ago. I'm working for GTE in the billing center. And that's about it.
Okay, you lived in Ohio before. How far was that from here?
About an hour and a half in Versailles. Chicken capital of the world, I think. Isn't it, Chuck? Versailles was chicken capital of the world.
Okay, and what capital is Miriam?
See, if the signs are right, it's got to be popcorn or
Oh,
something.
popcorn. Well, they have the popcorn festival here. That's coming up, what, this weekend?
This coming weekend, yeah.
This coming weekend. What else is Marion known for? I don't know.
Harding.
Oh, the Harding,
Presidential birthplace.
Harding. Right. Harding Memorial.
Hometown. More in a smaller town too.
Lived here.
Lived here for quite a long time. From a child.
Been here, done that.
Yeah. See, Chuck knows all the historical aspects.
Did that one go in?
Yeah.
Let's see another one. Not bad. Was the basketball hoop already there when you moved in?
Yeah, he was here. Now my brother's getting a net that he got from college. And make a little noise in it because then he don't hit the ring.
Not bad. Good. You've got some new school adventures this year, don't you?
Yeah. I got a couple friends. Homework isn't so bad.
Not too bad? What subjects do you have?
Math, reading, English, geography, music.
What kind of music?
Huh?
What kind of music? Is it singing or instrument or what?
It's singing.
Okay. Do they have a school chorus?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then what's the name of your school?
Marian Christian, and I've been going there for, tomorrow will be, no, Thursday, it'll be 1 week.
Okay, that's not near here, is it?
It's on the other side of town.
Okay, you can't walk.
No.
Too far for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about 8 miles.
Was it an easy place to make new friends?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, good.
Hi, my name is Jason Lloyd Reid. I'm the eldest of the two sons of Charles Reid. I am currently employed at Wally World, otherwise known as Walmart, and I will be working there and trying to save up as much money as I can to get back to school by spring semester. I'm attending college at Evangel in Springfield, Missouri. It's an Assembly of God college. It's a private college. There I am going for my major in pre-engineering and minor in Spanish and art. And that's about it. I'm looking for a car. That's about it. Technically, I'm a second semester sophomore, or second semester freshman, but in year Y I'll be a sophomore in college. And
how did that come about?
How did it come about?
How did you get to be a second semester freshman and a sophomore at the same time?
I'll be in years. This will be my second year in college. In years, so a sophomore, if you want to look at it like high school terms. Yeah. So excuse me. This will be my sophomore year, but technically I'm like 3 credits short of being a sophomore. So actually, I'm a second semester freshman, technically. Until as soon as I get the 3 credits, then I'll be a sophomore.
Aha. Okay. Then undoubtedly, next week you're going to sign up for classes here.
No. I'm going to be saving my money and trying to get back by spring semester at Evangel. I need to get a car because my dad works at one side of town, my mom works at the other, so it's kind of hard to fumble with the car, so we'll be looking for a vehicle, some mode of transportation to get me back and forth. Bicycle or feet, yes.
Yeah, how about the one out in the barn?
The one out in the barn, that we did discuss, and the 1941 coupe. The answer was no.
Surprising.
That's about it. Currently single, willing. That's about it. Nothing else, not much.
After many years of traveling over, through, and around Chicago and Glencoe, Illinois, we're finally stopping to visit Beverly and Jack Graybo.
It is so fun having you here and sharing these family stories. It's like finding my sister again after all these years.
It's been great.
Wonderful.
You're on record.
Remember 55 years ago when we posed for this picture?
It hits a memory button when I see the picture. And I do remember you came to this. I lived on the south side of Chicago, and I was about 19 years old. How old were we?
You were probably 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was 9.
And it was so exciting having you stay. So I think you stayed with us for a little while.
I went to school with you.
You see, I don't remember that. You went to school with me.
Yeah, I was there for a day or two.
I love it.
Grandma had taken me by bus to Chicago, and then I was getting on the train to go to Los Angeles to live with my mother.
I remember, I thought that was so exciting that you were going all the way to Los Angeles. I recalled that part of it, and I remember suddenly feeling a little bit what it would have been like to have a sister.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and we've been best long-distance buddies ever since.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. I think it's wonderful.
Every few years we talk or see each other, and it's like it was yesterday. Yeah, we're both only children. I think that's maybe why we have this sister thing.
It's exciting, and you're finally here. I've been trying to get you here for so long, and so it's really, really wonderful. Now, we did see each other a few times through the years.
Well, you make it to California now and then. You said you're coming again in November.
Right.
I'm trying to get you to stretch extra days so we can really visit. And what do you think of your family? You got to see Aunt Ruth.
Oh, that was
this.
Wonderful seeing everybody again.
And then seeing the family grow up.
I know when the first time I brought Jack to California, and I said, I have some wonderful, not really aunts, they're first cousins, but you got to meet them. And Jack was so impressed. We went to, it was I think Lily's house, and there was Lily playing piano, and Ruth was there, and Bee was there, and they were playing this beautiful duet, and he was really impressed meeting them. I'll still remember
They had a music group, and Bee may still do that. You know, I would look at some reminiscences. Your father was one of the 8 Siegel children. What do you remember of your aunts and uncles, the rest of the Siegels?
You know, I was very close with my mother's sisters and brothers, my aunts and uncles here. But my father's, I hardly really knew them. I guess once or twice we went to Detroit when I was a child.
Yes.
And we met, was it Uncle Dave, the optometrist with lots of kids?
Dave was the optometrist with the kids.
And I was so impressed being an only child to see 10 children, running around, and there were twins yet, Bonnie and Mickey. And
we went to Mickey's wedding. He got married in California.
Oh, goodness sakes. And there was an Albert and a Viola.
He's in San Francisco last I heard.
And a Pauline, and there were so many.
Florence.
And
Florence
Virginia. And Virginia came finally to Chicago and stayed with us once for a week or so.
Virginia was living in California last I heard. Her last name was Farfanick.
Oh my. Okay.
Florence is the interesting one. Her father was an optician, and yet this child was cross-eyed. The family never did anything about it. She was the one that was always doing the ironing and taking care of us little kids. I was like a younger sister to the Siegels. We lived near each other, and I was always there. And Florence was always ironing, scrubbing.
Oh,
and this is, you know,
was she the oldest?
Oh, no. She was about the middle. Not the oldest at all. The older ones were our parents' generation. They were, or my parents' generation. And the older ones were working already when I was a little girl.
I see.
So those 10 were spread out.
So I do remember Uncle Dave. Now I remember Aunt Jean fairly well, because Aunt Jean would come to Chicago every once in a while. And she was married to a jeweler, Uncle Joe's. And he was interesting. And so we knew Aunt Jean and Uncle Joe's a little better, and their 2 children, Bee and Felix.
Right.
So because they came to Chicago. But it was just visits. I mean, we didn't really see them.
I have an interesting memory of that family. I used to visit. Bee was just a little bit older than I, like like you.
Yeah, she was about 8 years
You're
older.
the older generation, dear.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Okay,
but we're
okay.
close to the same age, and I used to go to the Winsons, and Bea had this beautiful doll collection.
Yes.
And we weren't allowed to touch.
Yes.
It was a collection. When I was 5 years old, a doll collection meant nothing to me. If you had dolls, you played with
dolls,
them.
yes.
I could never understand that.
I remember that room. Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Vaguely remember
It's not
that
just
room.
something
Vaguely.
I dreamed up here.
I vaguely recall something like that, yes. And Bea had long hair. Was it braids or was it something pony? But very, I remember Bea. I was always attractive.
She still is. If we get a chance to look, I have her in a video at the family wedding and at an engagement party. That was 3 years ago in California. So we may get back to see that.
And then Felix, he came with his first wife or second wife? First wife, I think, once to Chicago. So, and I thought he was sort of fun because I was then a teenager and he was a little older, and I got to know.
I've heard
Felix a
he's
little.
been in California, but I have not seen him since I left Detroit.
He lives in Detroit area. Oh,
Yes.
unless now he may back to California.
I have no
He's on
idea.
dialysis now.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I talked to him when we went to a wedding in Detroit.
As I recall, he always had bad health.
Yeah, he had problems. And who else do I remember? I don't remember my grandparents at all on my father's side because my grandmother, of course, died when my dad was a little boy, and I was named after her, Faggy Bishabi, which I always thought was Faye Beverly, but I'm finding is Fanny.
It could have been Fanny.
It could have been. And maybe Mother didn't like the name Fanny, and I became Faye Beverly.
And my mother's middle name when she was born, it's on her certificate. She's Helen. Actually, it was Hannah, but her sisters didn't like that. They changed the Hannah to Helen, and then Faye for the middle name.
They Americanized so many names. So
and
they
at that
made
time, Abramovitz had changed to Abrahams, was the name on my mother's birth certificate.
Now, I do recall Aunt Ida, and Aunt Ida was, I met her only when I went to California once when I was little, and that's your grandmother.
Right.
So I remember Aunt Ida and Uncle Max. I met them in California, and of course I was very impressed when I was 17 and was able to go, or 18, to California when I graduated high school. I got to stay at Lily and Jocum's for a while and met their sons Edmund and Leonard. And went to Catalina with Leonard, and then had the wonderful summer with you at Ciro's, lived next door to Ciro's, and I thought your dad and mom were just wonderful.
Well, we lived on the Hollywood Strip, right in the middle of the glamour capital, and you got to share in one of the fun things that we did every summer. Bob, who's now my husband, was part of our group, even though he lived across town and went to another school. But we were all music majors, and what we did during summers was ushered at the Hollywood Bowl.
I'll never forget
and
it.
you got to be one of the
God,
ushers
it gave me
with
my
us.
total music education for life. It was the biggest influence in my life. I mean, the music just was wonderful. So, start.
Want to see what we got?
Yeah, when we go to Connecticut and see, how is it? Is it okay? We're on? Oh, we're on right now? Okay, we were going to shift. We were going to move to the...
Just did, get an angle.
Oh, okay. I was going to angle over to the couch, right? What else should we talk about?
Well, at the Hollywood Bowl, remember the blue capes?
I remember
that was our uniform.
We had a uniform.
And
right?
when we went to the bowl, some nights they needed us to usher, and some nights they didn't. If we got to usher, sometimes they paid us $1, and sometimes they didn't. And if we didn't get our $1, we at least still got in to see the concert. Now, do you remember which concerts you saw?
I remember, this is my remember when I'm 18 years old, that I ushered in Tyrone Power, Lana Turner, Tyrion Bay,
That meant we got to go down to the boxes that night.
We were the boxes.
We
were in the boxes quite a bit.
Okay. Because they didn't sit up in the peasant section where we normally worked.
Now, if you asked me what music I heard, I couldn't tell you, but I did.
I guarantee, no matter what the temperature, Lana Turner wore a white fur coat.
That's right, a white ermine.
Always.
Oh, the white ermine. Yeah. Oh, that was exciting. Now that was what I recall.
That, and I had a friend who was an actress. She was in movies and television, but she was also my best friend and a music major with me. And so she was one of the ushers.
And E-Tad, I remember.
That's right. She was in Philadelphia Story. She was in the Al Jolson Story. She was on television series. I think it was Father Knows Best. And when we ushered, she used to get a big kick out of people coming up to her and saying, "Are there any movie stars here?" And she knew who the actors and actresses were and would point to them and show them where to find movie stars.
You reminded me of something we did. This was exciting. We went to Universal Studios, or one of the studios, and we had lunch on the set with Daryl Hickman. Remember
That's
that?
right. That was with Ann then,
And Ann
because
was
she
on
worked
the set
with
then,
him.
yeah. And
Okay.
there were the adult quote people, and they were well known too. Do you remember?
I wouldn't
Oh,
possibly
yeah, that was
remember
very
who they
exciting.
were.
To me, that was a thrill. I mean, really, to be on
Yeah.
the set. And we had we went into the commissary.
Yes.
Watched the movie stars eating lunch.
Okay, and then there was that other caper where we were showing you Republic Studios, and Bob drove to the back lot, and you and he were going to climb into the lot, and I was sure we were going to end up in jail for all of our lives.
I remember Bob was this car he had called Faithless, which I thought was the funniest name for a car. And then when
you understood the logic.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it ran.
Oh,
it was a
so fun.
Kelly Green Model A Ford with a rumble seat.
Yeah.
And it
There,
took
I
our
got
group
that.
every place.
Wonderful.
It was really nice.
Great. Oh, it was so fun. And I remember your father's bookcase.
You came to California just once then, right? One trip to California.
Yeah. Down.
No.
Oh, okay. I came to California that one time when I was 17.
Okay.
Or 18, whatever was my graduation.
Okay, then when I saw you again was after I was married, and Bob and I had been in Florida and then in Kansas, where we had our first baby, Chuck.
Oh, was that an experience?
And you still think it was such an extraordinary thing that I did. To me, it was nothing. Bob was...
How old was Chuck?
He was about 5 months.
Okay.
And Bob had to go to California, and I was on my own, so I got on a train at Kansas City. I think some friends had driven me to the airport, and I arrived in Chicago with my little bundle of baby in arms and visited with you and your parents.
I could not get over it. And my mother and dad, we ran and bought him a little sweater set. I still remember that. And the two of us took him on a bus downtown to Marshall Fields. And I was so excited with this baby, and you had so much to carry, a baby in a diaper bag and everything, that you left your purse on the bus. And
I wasn't excited.
And the bus driver ran off after us in Marshall Fields. He left the bus to give you the purse because he was so upset that with the baby you left your purse. And I still remember how nice that was of the bus driver. But I just thought that was wonderful. You coming with a live baby in your arms. I mean, I was playing with almost dolls, and there she was with the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just so fun. Of course,
it was a fun trip, and maybe you remember my phone calls home. This was the difference between big city and small town. I needed to get a message to Bob so he could meet me at the train when I got back, and I didn't know if he was home yet. And I called. When I got no answer, I called and asked the Chicago operator to get me the Olathe, Kansas operator. She couldn't imagine, what I was doing. I said, well, just get me an operator in Olathe. And I called and asked for a friend because I said, I need to talk to Well, I asked for this one operator. Well, she isn't here. She's down the street getting her hair done.
Oh, my goodness.
And the operator that I was talking to said, I'll put you on hold. Wait a minute. And they went to the beauty shop.
Oh, they got her.
They got our friend and brought her back so I could talk to her. so I could explain when I was going to be back in Olathe.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And for a Chicago operator to hear that, she was in stitches.
Oh, that's so
Olathe
funny.
was a very small town.
Yeah, obviously so, but yeah, that was it. You came from Olathe.
Yeah.
Unreal. That
My
was
mother
wonderful.
came out to Olathe to help me take care of the new baby. And I remember such funny things. Mother insisted everything had to be boiled.
Oh.
You have to sterilize everything for a new baby. Lily had sent a gorgeous wool blanket.
Oh, she sterilized the blanket.
Mother boiled the blanket and ended up this size. It wouldn't have covered half a baby.
The baby. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that was funny. That is so funny.
It was, and we were there a few more months, and then
But
went
then
to
I didn't
California.
hear from you for a long time, and it seemed maybe you wrote or called, but I don't recall. But the next thing I knew, you had 4 children, and I thought, oh my gosh.
They didn't come that fast, and I know we
Wasn't
always
you?
sent cards and
Yeah.
kept in touch that
Somehow,
way.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just something. And then you arrived one day with 4 children when I was living on the south side of Chicago. And
That's
you
right,
were
we had
taking
all
care
4 of
of
them.
And that was when Mary Lou had her finger caught. Is that?
She slammed her
Slammed
thumb
her
in the
thumb
door
in
in
the door.
Connecticut.
Yeah, and you came, and Uncle Al took care of her finger,
Mhm.
and that was. But you didn't stay long at all. Then I think it was a few hours. You ran in, you ran out.
I think we stayed. Your mother fixed us lunch or
Did
dinner.
you? Okay.
I remember being at
No.
her apartment.
Oh, really? Then I must have. I was going to say I had a
We
home
might have
buy
been
ready,
to your house too.
But maybe.
But I
we
seem
went
to
both.
remember your mother fixing lunch or
Maybe
dinner.
I took you over to Mother's.
Yeah.
That was it. To the museum of the dad.
That was our great family excursion.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful.
I enjoyed your children. I seem to remember Larry on a tricycle.
Oh yeah, he was always
So
on a tricycle.
he was what, about 2 or 3?
Could be.
Well, how old is he now?
He's 34.
Okay, so he's 2 years older than Deborah, and Deborah was 1.5 years, so he was about 3.5.
Yeah. No, he used to ride
Okay.
that tricycle back and forth. Very busy.
Okay, and how old would Bonnie have
And
been?
Bonnie was 4.5 years older.
Okay,
So that's, yeah.
so she still would have been a little younger than Marlo, close to the same age.
But you haven't seen them really then at all.
I've seen
because
pictures now and then. I really enjoyed seeing Bonnie today when you showed me the video of Jack's 80th birthday party.
Oh, that was
and now you have this great merged family.
It's so wonderful.
Oh, those girls are beautiful.
Special.
Let's see if I get them. Gay, Carol, and Joy. I'm not
Very good.
I'm not going to try to name all the grandchildren.
Not the 7.
But
Okay.
but Kevin and Jennifer played the piano on the video,
Got it. Very,
and
very
it was
nice.
just great, wonderful to see them.
So glad you. And then the next time after that, I think, is when we went to California, and I saw you.
We saw you in Palm Desert.
Yeah,
You were in a
yeah.
condominium.
And this was so funny. Jack,
Mhm.
I'm telling him I'm going to call my cousin and maybe she'll meet us. And he says, oh, where does she live? And I said, oh, about 2 or 3 hours. I thought it was north of Los Angeles.
It is.
And
Mhm.
he said, are you crazy? They're going to drive all the way from 3 hours from Los Angeles down to Palm Springs to see you? And I said,
course.
I said, that's my cousin Lita. He says, I never heard of cousin Lita. What are you talking? Who's a cousin Lita? I mean, he didn't realize we had this very close relationship.
Yeah.
And he said, who's cousin Lita that's going to come all the way to Palm Springs to see you?
And I have
you
such
did.
I
It
have
was
such a
wonderful.
sweet husband. I said I want to go see Beverly. He said sure.
I think that was wonderful when you guys came, and Jack was just dumbfounded. He couldn't believe it. I mean, out of nowhere.
Well, it was the first time we had met Jack, and I really enjoyed that.
That was so fun.
And we've had a few nice visits since
And then the next
with the
time,
family.
you came again this time to Los Angeles and drove me to Lolly. So I've been
Mhm.
wanting to see Lolly for so long, because Lolly,
She's
Jack
so charming. Well, she was in Chicago.
Jack and Lolly, her father he was here at University of Chicago and was living on the South Side. So we saw her when she was 2 or 3 or 4 years old, and often
Before
then,
he went in the Navy.
Uh-huh.
And Lolly's and her mother went to San Francisco. And that's where they were during the war years.
Uh-huh. Now, how old is Lolly now?
Lolly is around Leonard's and Joel's age, 7 years younger than your parents.
Some years.
Some years. She's attractive, she's
maybe 57 or
yeah,
58.
I can't believe it. See, Lolly's now in her 50s. And
Okay,
the last
now
time
if
I saw her, well, 40, 50s, and the last time I saw her, she was 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
So that was a big surprise.
If I stop and visualize, you taught me last night, visualize. See, I've got everybody in the computer.
Okay.
And my calendar every year tells me how old everybody is when it tells me when their birthday is.
Okay, well,
So Ollie is 57 or 58.
Yeah, she really.
Birthday's in November.
Well, that was great. And then it was wonderful when Jack and I came the next time to California, how you arranged that brunch. I said I want to see everybody in someplace in San Fernando Valley because I'll only have a morning and then our plane left in the afternoon. And you had all the cousins, Leonard and Edmund and their wives.
I don't remember.
And remember, honey, we had it at Bob Burns
across from the Marriott.
From the Marriott, we had a big room. And all the cousins came. We invited your sisters and their husbands.
Now I remember it.
And they all came.
It was like the Last Supper.
And they had a
Two whole
table. They had
families.
2 tables that looked like the Last Supper, and we were all together, and that was a lot of fun. Seeing everybody. And then I think you went over to Rochelle's house, and they all came to the Marriott, and we just sat around the lobby. We had a lot of fun the whole afternoon. So it's great having cousins that I can get together with every once in a while. It's just fantastic.
Tell me what Bonnie's doing now.
Oh, I'm so impressed with my Bonnie. Bonnie is an associate vice president for First National Bank, New York, Chicago, First National Bank, Chicago, New York Trust Division.
Oh,
and what does she do? Bonnie does something that maybe Bob has heard of, somebody named Lemming. He developed the principle of going into companies and developing new ideas from the bottom up. Like Bonnie would interview everybody in a little department.
We have a Lemming book.
Okay, and say, say, what would you do to improve your job? What could you do? Just anything you could think of to make your job better, for you working better.
She's a coordinator.
And that's it. And Bonnie interviews them all and then coordinates, gets the data on her computer, writes up a report as to this would be what this department, this many people would like, and this and different things they coordinate.
More or less like an efficiency
somehow.
I was going to say, it sounds like what those used to be.
So
we're hearing Jack help with the discussion.
Yeah.
We girls need help today.
And so a week or 2 later, they come back and everything they wanted is in the department. Well, they look at her like, oh my goodness, we were hoping this could happen months, years ago. Why hasn't it taken so long? They think she's a miracle worker.
Yes.
And it makes the department work that much more efficiently.
Certainly.
And then on a larger scale, they have big designs for the whole departments to change, and that she works on how to get that.
And it's a hell of a good living.
And it's all through getting the head of each to see it the way they want to redesign it and get them to work with their down. So it's the opposite of way used to be. Things would, the vice president would give an order, or the chairman of the board would give an order, down, down, down came the order, and everybody would have to say yes, sir, and do it. Now it's their ideas that are being done, and they're finding it's much more efficient. And Deming evidently sold this to Japan when he couldn't sell it to the United States, and that's where Sony
quality circles.
Quality circles were born. You got it. So that's the whole situation. Now it has gotten to the point where they're putting it in many companies, even education. And sometimes if it isn't presented correctly, it just sort of bombs, but it has to be really done.
Well, my understanding is management has to buy it to start with.
There you go.
Otherwise,
they have to be
it's
the
a
first.
loss.
Absolutely. You can word it, but you have to really believe in it. Really let the people themselves develop some of these ideas. And so it works. So she's very happy. And she has a nice... she has many things she does. She goes to the new school. She takes courses in New York.
You just visited her.
Yeah, in the 92nd Street Y, and I visit her often, and she comes here often, and so that's very good.
You were saying that Larry now is in Illinois. Do you get a chance to see him occasionally?
Larry boy, we see him often every once in a while, and he calls very frequently, so we keep in touch a lot. So
and I mentioned Jack's daughters, but are any here, or are they all someplace else?
When I say Carol and Mike and the 4 of the grandchildren, live in Tinley Park, that's really just 45 minutes
Oh,
away. So
okay.
we see them very often. They come here at
45 minutes,
from
which
here
direction?
driving southwest.
Okay.
So that, in other words, if you took the going west and went back, there's a big thing that says Memphis. No, that's south. Excuse me, southwest. No, you wouldn't go that direction. So anyhow, they
Well, yes, they would go that
they could possibly if they took the southern route home. Anyhow, they're that way, and they have a little house there and an adorable little puppy dog. And our wonderful 4 grandchildren, and so
we hear from them every day.
Yeah, they call every day. First, they talk.
I've got to speak to my daughters and sons. We can improve our telephone situation and wipe out the phone bill completely. I can see that.
Email. I keep saying, would that be cheaper?
No, not necessarily.
But Bonnie and I have this thing where every Sunday morning we have this long talk with our coffee and our newspaper and on the phone, just like she's next door.
Okay, and then Joy is Connecticut?
And we talked to Gay and
in
Memphis.
Okay.
She's a special ed teacher there. We talk to her at least once a week, and Joy about every week. And so it's really wonderful to us in Connecticut.
That's wonderful. One of the things that we enjoyed is reading your dad's autobiography and pinning together some elusive details of our combined family history. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to sit down and talk to your Jack and find out a little bit more about him.
Love it. Well, thank you. This was wonderful. Great interview.
Wasn't very easy. We wound all the way west to the Sioux Falls, and then through the junkyards and stuff, but we finally got here. The rock formations are really interesting. Can you see the ones below us? The lady out on the rocks with the camcorder taking a picture of it.
Sarah, if you look at that for a long time, for like 10 or 20 minutes or something, you get very dizzy.
This is Falls Park Bridge, it's identified. It looks old, it was built in 1977, that's new. I love these rocks, the colors are just beautiful, all shades of deep pink and red. Not easy to walk on though, I'm standing in the middle of 3 colors. I'd like you to put the camcorder down, please.
I'm taking a picture of you at Mount Rushmore.
Killers.
Yeah, right. Yes, what? Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore, yes. You can see a lot more detail in it. The detail stands out. It's more stark, more gains dimension. Probably getting the same thing by zooming in on it.
All the sales of you have to turn it up and down. He just designed it.
Yeah, that guy was working on this since 1948. That's nuts. He built a, well, you know, I have one. That's enough.
Really is dramatic. When were you here last? When were you here before?
40 years ago.
40? You say they've put in a lot of new things here?
All of this is new.
The visitor center is nice and the nice viewing area.
I like the old rustic hotel.
Did you?
I'll be right back up.
looking at a folder trying to find out what kind of sheep these are. They look something like the doll sheep in Alaska that we never found.
Right.
It's more dramatic when you look up, isn't it?
It is beyond.
Now what does soared by up there?
That was I was just telling these folks here. It's a turkey buzzard.
Okay.
There are eagles in South Dakota, but I've never seen any on the hills here. They're more down by the river. The breaks, the river breaks. They are. I've gotten some pictures of them right overhead. There is a roadkill on the road. I scared him off of it. And I wanted to come back and chew on it, so I parked my vehicle, got my camera out, and got some great pictures of me.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if it's 6 foot, but it's got to be close to 5.
The farthest left formation almost looks like it was a mud flow.
On the left here.
Just to the left of all the rubble coming down under the way the rocks are swooping in the pattern.
Yeah, it was the...
You're recording.
He's mowing the lawn, I think.
We're at a lodge we're in Custer State Park below Mount Rushmore. I wish the buffalo would pick up his head. There, now the buffalo turned around and picked his head up so we can get a good look at him. He's pretty sturdy. I don't know if there are others around or not. That was a car, though. Another car or buffalo. Thank you.
Say not to approach them, or you want to follow feet?
It says don't approach them. It says they're dangerous. He is wagging his tail. He looks friendly, but he's pretty big. It's nice of him to turn around. Closer view of a buffalo. He's sure shaggy, isn't he?
Yes.
This is the one I didn't have for lunch tonight.
Okay.
Really has. There's something fuzzy in back of him. First, if it was a calf. I think it's a rock or a piece of machinery. It's quite a view.
Yeah. That's a nice view of a buffalo. Ready for buffalo burgers. He's nice and fat.
I don't think he is. Our vacuum is waiting. Ready? This is a whole herd of buffalo, including
candy.
And a cookie.
Pencils. Cookie. Candy cane.
What kind of lipstick is that?
Candy cane. My Anna. Oh, my very own lipstick, or what is it?
Sure. What do you have?
It does smell like chocolate.
What?
Chocolate lipstick?
It's stuff? What kind of stuff?
It smells like chocolate.
Oh, it's my favorite kind.
Oh, and I got a
Stuff, 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 stuff. Stuff, 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 stuff.
Santa.
Santa.
Can I eat something?
A Santa candy. Okay, put it down.
Can
You
I
can
eat
see if
some
there's
candy?
more stuff.
Can I eat some candy?
Oh, she's sorting them now.
Mama, can I eat some candy now?
One.
Ellie, too. Ellie.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Rachel can sing that song. You have to take your hand off. When the song starts, take your hand off. I look at you.
Nothing to our video camera.
Okay, or the hall.
The kitchen.
The kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. Try it. See if you can get there without falling on somebody.
Well, hers aren't as long as yours. Yours are really long.
Can you get there?
Mine is longer. See, look how tall they are.
Has all these laces left.
Whoa. See?
I think I'm going to take a picture of somebody falling.
That'll brush right off.
We don't want to listen to this music.
Brush right off. And brush the instruments off. And it's pretty much on the outside surface. Plug it in.
What does your dad have?
He has a song in his hand.
Oh, right off. But if you leave the door open, that's what happens. Yeah, that's, I think that's military juice. That's what it looks like to me. In barrel,
Kelsey, you're such a nice skater.
You got a coat?
I know how to roller.
You got a coat?
Yeah, I never fall.
You have
No,
a
they're
coat.
skating in the kitchen.
Where's your coat?
Can we while you watch us?
Yeah, we'll move Grandma Leach's car.
Yeah, slide the car back.
Yay! We can
That's a better idea.
sit in the,
You have to make them flash. No, you
Yeah,
gotta
move
jump
your
up.
feet.
You gotta move. You gotta jump up and
Yeah,
down.
that's
so you can
it.
see them flash.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now turn around and smile for me. That's very good. Thank you.
I'm gonna sit to the floor.
Okay, look at that.
What does that mean, dog?
Next door. He doesn't live here. He's not at our house. I'm memorializing the world's messiest garage.
It is not. You're hurting my feelings. This is a used garage.
It sure
Oh,
is.
Sammy, no, honey.
Well
It's
used.
icky right there, okay?
Well used.
Very
This
well.
is the world's cleanest garage.
Well,
Hold
it's-
hold my hand because I'm good at skating.
It's a very full garage.
Hold my hand. It's a very full garage. It's very clean garage.
Are we ready to bring you in? I hate to overwhelm people.
Okay, I want to see two girls skating.
No, Dad.
I came to see two girls skating.
I'm putting you down, either outside or inside. It's up to you, but I'm putting you down.
Whoa.
I think maybe you ought to skate on the rug.
She knows how to skate on the rug. Whoa.
No, in the house on the rug.
There. Don't put your hand there. Hold up there. Take a picture of our backs.
Hey, Grandma.
We're holding hands so she doesn't fall.
Hey, look at two little pot lickers.
Ah!
Okay.
Picture of both of us.
Okay.
Two little girls have roller skates. Not roller skates, roller blades. Oh, roller blades, I meant.
Do you call them rollerblades or inlines, or is that the same thing?
The same thing. Whoa. It's called, huh? Yeah. I could go backwards. No. You go front ways, I'll go backwards. It's gonna be frosty. Whoa. I told you. No, it isn't. I won't fall. Hey, Sammy. We can watch the tape of us doing this. Yeah. Well, I'll go backwards and you go front. No, it's too low. You are about to fall. No, I won't. I learned. I skate backwards. I skated backwards. Sammy, do you want to trade? Because it's gonna blow me over.
Oh, I should go get my own camera and take a picture.
Okay.
So I have my own picture. I could take a picture of Grandma taking a picture.
This, go like this. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're not falling. Whoa. Takes practice. I know it does. Do it on a rug.
Well, it took practice last year when you got the other skates.
She could only do mine. I could do hers. I cannot. I can rollerblade if I can ice skate.
Yeah. You're getting it. It just takes a little while to get
Because
the
when I
feel
was
of it.
ice skating, I fell down twice and Brian fell down down 13 times.
How many?
13 times.
My goodness.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a new camcorder?
Yeah.
So how can you...
Maybe I should go this way over here.
Yeah, for Grandma's.
Yeah, if you're shooting out at the dark, it confuses it.
Look, I'm bouncing right here. Bouncing by the door. Whoa, get back here.
Oh, there, that's the right shutter speed.
Bouncing by the door. Hey, I got a good idea. How about you stay there and I'll... Hey, get back here, ball. Get back here, ball. You stay there and... Excuse me, I'm opening up the door. No, don't. No. Do it slowly. We can play catch with it. Do it slowly. Hey, get
Catch on rollerblades, that ought to be good.
When I take a bath.
Do you want to go listen to the story too? I'm taking a picture while they're listening to the story.
But my mom says no.
Yeah, let's see everybody listen to the story.
When I get in bed, my friends get in bed too. But Mom says no, no pets in bed. Just say goodnight and go to sleep. So my friends say goodnight, my dog says goodnight. Woof. My kitten says goodnight. Meow. My other friends don't say anything. Croak. He says croak. What's he say? It says croak. What's he say? What's he say? He says bzzz. Yeah. Let's go. Swim, 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 swim. I say goodnight to my friends and we all go to sleep.
Who listened to that story? Tell me your names. Who read the story? Brian? Who else listened to the story now? Who else? Samantha. Who else?
And Kelsey.
And Kelsey. That's 4